in the sector, and huge natural resources usage has been done by us through our natural gases also. Therefore, all the companies, both in government and private sector, has to come together and create a kind of an institution in this country where perpetual R&D and innovations will be done. And all these companies has to come, contribute in terms of their experience, knowledge, as well as monetary, so that the process of refining the use of the power and developing green energy will be a continuous process. Thank you very much.
Very reassuring, isn't it, to hear from the Chief Minister of Karnataka himself the landscape of energy and the initiatives to take it beyond petroleum. Dhanyavada, Sanmanya Mukhyamantri. Now I would like to invite on stage the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Hardeep S. Puri, to address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Basavaraj Bommai ji, distinguished invitees, friends from the media,
gathering.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you how personally delighted I am Honorable Chief Minister, India Energy Week Shri Basavaraj Bommai ji, distinguished invitees held in the beautiful city of Bangaluru from the media in the month of February 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, I think without giving our invitees a sense that I am partial to the state of Karnataka, which by the way I am. The reason is that I have been happily married to somebody who comes from the state. I mean, partly Karnataka, partly Maharashtra, but depending on where I am, I play up that connection. There are many reasons for this. One is Bangaluru is a city which, for a variety of reasons, demands attention not only within the country, but globally. And I think some of those reasons have been set out by the Honorable Chief Minister when he was addressing us. In fact, the spirit of innovation, entrepreneurial talent, the startups, including and in particular the energy sector. I think the Honorable Chief Minister alluded, welcome to the Industries Minister. Yeah. But I think in addition to the location for the India Energy Week in February, which is in Bangaluru, I think the context setting becomes necessary. Why is it? No, India has the presidency of the G20. A total of 56 events will be held. But I think in addition to the location 2000 India Energy Week, 200 events will be held in 56 cities. That's one important in Bangaluru. But energy today in the Indian context assumes a extra significance. Today, Honorable Chief Minister, the world over, not only just in India, when you talk about energy, you are talking, as you yourself said, about economic growth. India today, the demand for energy, the growth is 3% as against the global per capita, global growth of 1%. Extra significance. Today, Honorable Chief Minister, we have taken a number of steps in the last few months and earlier in the area of exploration and production, about economic growth. In the area of today, the demand for energy biofuels is 3% as against the global per capita global growth of CBG, second generation biofuels, making ethanol from agricultural waste and bamboo. Few months and earlier, we have done a fair amount of work in green hydrogen. You alluded to some of that work. Today, the buzz around the world is that between 2020 and 2040, 25% of the global increase in demand will come from India. I liked your expression, Honorable Chief Minister, when you said it's like riding two horses at the same time, in the same direction. I think that's very beautifully put. What is the challenge before us? The challenge is that we have to meet the energy demands of a fast-growing economy. People say we are the fastest growing emerging economy. No, I think today we are the fastest growing economy per se. At the same time. A few days ago, there was a report that India is now the 5th largest economy, overtaken a country which had a special position over us, colonial domination for 190 years. There was another report by, I think, Morgan Stanley, which said that India, by the year 2027, is likely to be a $8 trillion economy. It will become the 3rd largest economy in the world. There was a report that India is now the 5th largest economy. But I think if you look at a total perspective, the Honorable Prime Minister's a special position plans for 2047, Amrit Kal, next 25 years, we will not only be a developed nation, much before that, but we will also have to, and we will accomplish many milestones. The challenge before us is to ensure that we don't deviate or dilute from our commitment for the green transition. But as you say yourself, said, Honorable Chief Minister, we have to survive the present. I mean, there are many countries in the world which started talking about green transition, and you know what happened? When an uncertainty in the global situation geopolitically came, they had to go back to hydrocarbons and fossil fuels in a very big way. Fortunately for us, on all fronts, we are making progress, and we will not allow the challenges that we are confronted with today to in any way diminish our commitment to the green transition. In the area of biofuels, we were less than 1.5% of biofuels mixing in 2014. We accomplished a 10% biofuel blending 5 months before it was due in 2020 November. We have brought forward the target of 2030 for 20% blending. We will do it by 2024-25. CNG, CBG, on all fronts, we are accelerating. Karnataka, and I congratulate you for that, for being the highest ethanol manufacturer. Now, we did a calculation on how much biofuels or ethanol would you require to do 20% blending. And we came to the conclusion that you would require 1,000 crore liters. And we were already last year at 450 crore liters. Now we are spreading throughout the country. Some states are doing very well, others are wanting to do better. But I said during the course of a press conference, Honorable Chief Minister, that whatever targets we set, I think they are conservative. Because the ethanol manufacture may be well more. This 1,000 crore liter is only for what we are making a commitment to buy back from the OMCs. They will produce more. And I want to state in this beautiful setting that one of our objectives for the G20 presidency is that we want to set up, like in the case of a International Solar Alliance, we want to set up an International Biofuels Alliance. So Karnataka will play an important role. The work that you have done there will also then have a wider canvas for the operation. I want to state Green hydrogen is another area where I think a revolution is taking place. You mentioned something from seawater. I was reading that. See, if you can produce green hydrogen from seawater, you've already accomplished an additional step. But I think India is uniquely positioned to lead the global economy on green hydrogen. And some of the targets which we have for creation of demand and supply, which my friends put together, I think they're very conservative. Because there is something about green hydrogen. When I had newly become a minister, in my first conversation with the American Secretary of State, she said 1 for 1 for 1. So I was a little lost because I was only a few days old. It meant 1 kilo of green hydrogen for $1 for 10 years. Sounds very ambitious. Because what do you need to produce green hydrogen? You need to bring the cost of power down. You talked about it. We have brought it down for what? 7 rupees to 1 rupees 99 for solar and something around that for wind. From 25 cents we brought it down to 3 cents. And you need electrolyzer. Now I am confident that well before the International Energy Week, which takes place in February, every electrolyzer manufacturer in the world has either already locked in with Indian commercial entities or will be doing so accelerated. Why? Because I personally believe, and this is something which many experts agree with me, others are waiting to come to that conclusion, that green hydrogen stands a better chance of success if it is produced in close proximity to the geographical area where it is going to be consumed. It doesn't make any sense for people to be taking green hydrogen and transporting it over long periods of time. But in anticipation of that, you talked about foreign investment coming in into many areas, into the electric vehicles battery segment. I did some calculation the other day. Up to last year, last 2 years, $4 billion had come in. Why? Because they see the potential here and they see the entrepreneurial talent here. They also see that this is where it will be consumed. Many Indian companies, some of them stationed in the south of India, have already entered into commercial arrangements for the sale of green ammonia to Europe, to Singapore and other places. What are we planning to achieve by the International Energy Week? First of all, to bring all the major stakeholders. Stakeholders are not only governments and ministers, and we are also conducting the Asian Ministerial Meeting as part of this G20 IEW event. We are expecting about 30 Asian ministers, but we are also expecting a total ministerial participation much higher than the number. Now, I don't like to play with figures, but the kind of buzz it is creating, and we are hoping with this magnificent event, the message will be spread by the press and it will spread throughout India and elsewhere. We are hoping to have something like 30,000 attendees or participants, 8,000 in actual sessions. The themes of the conference are very well known, and I've already relayed that to the press this evening. So, Honorable Chief Minister, as you take great pride in showing Bangaluru's prime position in the energy matrix in India, I think you can look forward through this event of multiplying the primacy of that position. And I want to give you my best wishes in anticipation. There is something about energy which is not just a sector-specific thing. When we talk about energy, you are talking about power, electricity. And I want to make a humble submission. Electricity and power is very important, but it's only 17% of our energy. The real energy will come when my OMCs start utilizing their refineries for solid green hydrogen production, and I think they are beginning to do that. And when I say it publicly very often, because I'm locking them in, they're all nodding, sitting in the front row, but I want them to know how serious we are. So if somebody has 11 refineries and only 2 are being used for green hydrogen, time has come to use even the others. But I think some of the steps that have been taken, like the freeing up of 1 million out of 3.5 million square kilometers of sedimentary basin for exploration production. What we have done through the National Data Repository. There is interest in all the major companies to come to India. So I don't want to take too much time. I don't want to stand between what is to follow a very interesting program. I want to say that all of us, particularly the press and the other stakeholders who are here, please spread the message. This is the first curtain raiser event. We'll be having other events, including a dance floor which will be set up where people will hopefully dance and the energy produced will power an electric vehicle. We are also planning to have a car rally which will only use clean fuels. We are also hoping to do a boat race only on the basis of CNG. So a lot of events. I think the Honorable Prime Minister, when he decided that G20 has to be celebrated in a befitting mode, I was very happy coming from the airport, seeing big G20 banners on the way here. My congratulations to you, my gratitude to you in anticipation for the full cooperation of the government of Karnataka, and sir, from you personally. I have a claim to your affection, so I will insist on that, and I'm sure you will make sure that the India Energy Week, thanks to everybody's efforts, will be a grand success. Thank you very much. On the way here, my congratulations to you, my gratitude to you in anticipation for the full cooperation of the government of Karnataka, and sir, from you personally.
Our Honorable Industry Minister is one of the largest ethanol manufacturers in the country.
India Energy Week, thanks to everybody's efforts, will be a grand
He looks
success.
like that.
Thank you very much.
He is my junior in my college, but he has overtaken me in this. And he is taking it much more forward, and I'm happy for him. The second one is, I assure our Honorable Minister, Hardeep Singh Puriji, whom I respect a lot, and the hopes of our Prime Minister that conducting this India Energy Week here in Bangalore will be a great success, and the purpose of this will be met 100% success. And you all know that people of Karnataka, Kannadigas are known for their hospitality and their cosmopolitan approach. And in this very place, we had a global investors meet, and we had our ITBT 25 years of celebration, which was a grand success. And we are now in the habit of making all the conferences success. So this is the right place. I assure you all the cooperation and ensure you the success. Thank you. And in this very place, we had a global investors meet, and we had our...
Thank you, Shri Bommai. And of course, the very, very candid address of the Petroleum Minister. We don't mind the Bangalore tilt at all now that we know of your special connection to Karnataka. And indeed, the India Energy Week is a precursor to many, many events. It's very exciting to know about those. I also welcome the Industries Minister, Shri Murugesh Nirani, who has joined us. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I now welcome you to watch a film that encapsulates the messages that have been given to us by our thought leaders this evening. May we now watch the film, please. I request all our guests to tilt a bit towards the left of this stage as it comes alive on the big screen. I also welcome the Industries Minister, Shri Murugesh Nirani, who has joined us. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I now welcome you to
India,
watch a film
the fifth largest economy in the world, the third largest consumer of crude oil and petroleum products in the world.
Now watch the film.
Brimming with rapid urbanization and infrastructural development across the nation, India is likely to see the world's biggest rise in energy demand this decade, with demand climbing 3% annually. With its far-reaching vision and sustainable growth plans, India is set to become a $5 trillion economy and is the next game changer in the global energy market. India is all set to host the India Energy Week, where all energy leaders from around the world will come, unite and collaborate to discuss where India provides an incredible opportunity to all to be a part of India's growth story. The event will witness 30,000 plus energy professionals, 650 plus exhibitors, 15 plus international country pavilions, 20 plus ministerial keynote speakers and plenary sessions, 500 plus international speakers, 8,000 plus delegates and 60 plus technical conference sessions. Amidst the current international energy landscape, fraught with unprecedented pricing pressures driven by investment-friendly policies, the Government of India has ensured affordability and the energy security of the nation. While world over, petrol and diesel prices have witnessed a steep rise, the Government of India has insulated the 1.4 billion plus Indians, and the price change in India is lowest when compared with other countries, mainly due to decrease in excise duty rates on petrol and diesel. Though the gas prices of all major trading hubs have seen a massive increase, India has maintained a moderate increase in CNG and domestic PNG price by increasing the APM gas allocation to these segments. In the past 2 years or so, Saudi CP price, our import benchmark, have almost increased by 303%. During the same period, the LPG price in India increased by less than a tenth of that figure, that is 28%. In the last 8 years, India has realized exponential growth in the areas of LPG, natural gas and alternate fuels, and is set to chart an upward projected growth trend in the coming years. Shri Narendra Modi has envisioned India's energy sector to be growth-centric, industry-friendly and environment-conscious, and has laid down India's energy map, consisting of 7 key drivers, each paving the path of a future filled with endless opportunities and possibilities, both for India and for the world.
Like the 7 horses driving the chariot of sun god, India's energy map will have 7 key drivers. There will be continuity of this robust energy policy that have been in place over the last 6 years.
Ensuring energy security to the nation has been the government's top priority. For this, priority has been given to domestic crude oil production. To give a fillip to E&P activities in India, the government reduced no-go areas in our EEZ by 99%. Special CBM Round 2022 has offered 16 blocks falling in 7 states, covering an area of about 5,800 square kilometers. And offshore bid round offered 26 blocks covering an area of approximately 2.3 lakh square kilometers. 2.8 lakh square kilometers of Andaman Basin has been recently surveyed. An action has been initiated for seismic survey of the remaining unapprised basin areas of EEZ. Owing to these reforms, India's gas production has gone up by 18% and is expected to grow further in 2022-23. The oil production has risen from 29.7 MMT in 2021-22 to 30.8 MMT in 2022-23 and is estimated to rise to 34 MMT in 2023-24. The country is ensuring import substitution and energy from sustainable resources by venturing into large-scale production of biofuels and non-conventional energy. Compared to 1.53% in 2013-14, India has achieved 10% blending of ethanol in petrol in June 2022, well ahead of the November 2022 deadline. 2G ethanol refineries are being set up in the country to make ethanol from parali and bamboo, with a target to blend 20% ethanol in petrol by early 2023. Compressed biogas is one of the clean fuels that India is banking on. To give a boost to compressed biogas CBG plants under Satat scheme, rates have been increased from Rs 46 per kg to Rs 54 per kg. EV charging, CNG, LPG, LNG, CBG-based alternative fuel stations are expected to be installed at 22,000 retail outlets by May 2024. a JV has been formed for commercialization and manufacturing of aluminium air battery systems in India for both stationary and automotive applications. India has also launched M15 petrol blended with 15% methanol dispensing station. And all the research and testing activities related to the blending of 15% methanol in diesel, MD15, have been successfully completed. India is the world's third largest producer of renewable energy, with 40% of its installed electricity capacity coming from non-fossil fuel sources. India has committed to meet 50% of its electricity needs from renewable sources by 2030. In line with the Prime Minister's announcement at COP26, India is working towards achieving 500 gigawatt of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil sources by 2030. Solar power installed capacity has increased by more than 18 times, from 2.63 gigawatt in March 2014 to 49.3 gigawatt at the end of 2021. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the country has envisioned increasing the share of natural gas in the national energy mix from the current 6.3% to 15% by 2030. Overall, India's natural gas consumption is set to grow fivefold by 2050. Under the 11th CGD bid round, 295 geographical areas were covered, encasing 88% of the country's area and 98% of the population. India has also fast-tracked its efforts towards making India a hydrogen economy. The National Hydrogen Mission was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister on India's 75th Independence Day. India has a natural advantage in producing green hydrogen due to the low cost and abundance of solar energy, which is ably supported by one of the largest synchronous grids in the world, capable of handling intermittent renewable energy powered by one nation, one grid, one frequency. With all this and the government's push through policies towards ease of doing business, there is a huge potential to invest, collaborate, expand and advance in India. The India Energy Week 2023 will provide an unprecedented opportunity for regional and international energy companies to showcase innovation, launch new products, build partnerships and conduct business that will help the global energy ecosystem to transition to a more sustainable, lower carbon energy future, covering the entire spectrum of hydrogen, renewables and circular economy. India Energy Week 2023, the golden dawn of growth, collaboration, transition.
There you heard it loud and clear, sparkling in the Bangalore air. All that you needed to know about the India Energy Week. So ladies and gentlemen, we've watched the film, we've heard the leaders. So next is what? With music that runs through our veins, here is something that is going to warm your heart. It is a theme tune for India Energy Week 2023, and the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has pioneered the idea to have the chords from Indian classical music with a whiff of modernism. Our aspirations in the musical arena have been created by one of the most admired musicians, sitar maestro Niladri Kumar, someone who is known for his splendid music and his own invention, the red electric sitar. And so, the composition that you would now hear in one sense defines our nation, traditionally rooted, yet innovating and inspiring the world. I'm going to welcome you to listen to the launch of the India Energy Week 2023 theme tune as you prepare yourself to realize the power of India through music. But not before I ask my co-host, who's been really quiet for too long. Mitra, I want to ask you, we're all set for the theme tune, aren't we?
Well, yes, let's go for it.
That's the signal.
Welcome you to listen to the launch of the India Energy Week 2023 theme tune as you prepare yourself to realize the power of India through music. But not before I ask my co-host, who's been really quiet for too long. Mitra, I want to ask you, we're all set for the theme tune, aren't we?
I don't even need to ask you, because the melody that filled the air, it was all of us heard it in rapt attention. The theme tune for the India Energy Week 2023, ladies and gentlemen, by Sitar Maestro Niladri Kumar. Let's have a round of applause for the spirit of this program, for what is to follow and emerge in the India Energy Week. Now, here we are to next experience something that fixes the picture of a promising future. And so it's now time to witness the magic through a mesmerizing laser show. 2023, ladies and gentlemen, by Sitar Maestro Niladri Kumar. Let's have a round of applause for the spirit of this program, for what is to follow and emerge in the India Energy Week. Now, here we are to next experience something that fixes the picture of a promising future. And so it's now time to witness the magic through a mesmerizing laser show.
Is a land of diversity, a kaleidoscope of culture, ethnicity, and languages, and a land that has produced some of the greatest scientists and researchers of all time. As a developing nation that has seen progress on all fronts, India has made significant achievements in various sectors. A diverse nation with a far-reaching vision that has always nurtured sustainable growth, India is now turbocharged with accelerating investments towards energy transition. This dynamic nation is now a game changer in the global energy markets. India Energy Week, a global gathering of stakeholders, exhibitors and investors, a preeminent platform for experts in the traditional and non-traditional energy industry from around the world. Taking place between the 6th and the 8th of February 2023 in Bangaluru, the IEW will focus on addressing India's full energy value chain and bringing alive its ideology. Growth, collaboration, transition. Through IEW, India aims to accelerate its efforts to secure its energy and power by investing across infrastructure, exploration and production. Wondering how? By reinforcing India's energy map through 7 key drivers. 1. Accelerate efforts to move towards a gas-based economy. 2. Cleaner use of fossil fuels like petroleum and coal. 3. Greater reliance on domestic source to drive biofuels. 4. achieving the renewable targets of 450 gigawatts by 2030. 5. Increase contribution of electricity to decarbonize mobility. 6. Move into emerging fuels, including hydrogen. 7. Digital innovation across all energy systems. Apart from this, for better impact overall, IEW's focus will be on the growth of 8 categories. Category 1, exploration, production and development of oil and gas. Category 2, alternative fuels and renewables, development and technology. Category 3, gas, LNG processing, operations and technology. Category 4, transportation, storage and infrastructure. Category 5, energy transition, decarbonization and environmental sustainability. Category 6, hydrogen production, development and end use. Category 7, energy markets, strategies and finance. As we know that we are to achieve our goals for Agenda for Sustainable Development for 2030, we still have a long way to go. As we know that we are to achieve our goals for Agenda for Sustainable Development for 2030, we still have a long way to go. But IEW is just the right platform to highlight India's energy ambitions, showcasing it as a global powerhouse for energy transition. And the first major global event since India's ascent to G20 presidency that will showcase India's energy transition journey. So, with great pleasure, we bring you a platform that provides a unique opportunity to expedite synergies between stakeholders and realize the dream of becoming a nation that not just cares about its population, but also the planet we call home. To find out more, you can scan the QR code or visit www.indiaenergyweek.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, and incidentally, that is the Twitter and the other social media handle as well, India Energy Week hashtag. So in case you want to share your pictures or your perspectives, that is a handle for you. So after that laser show, I really feel like asking my co-host, Mitra, how did you like the laser show?
This is the first time I have experienced something like this. If I have to describe it in one word, I would say it was splendid.
Splendid it indeed was. I cannot help but notice that there are many people in this distinguished audience who are pioneers in the energy sector in so many different ways. But for all of us, this show was an education in itself. Now, we move on to a very powerful and impactful segment, and this is again music, except that here we present an artist who is often referred to as India's biggest cultural and music export, an artist whose music is infectious, happy, and something that surpasses the barriers of language. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us an artist whose music is strongly Indian and yet potently global. Please join me in welcoming Raghu Dikshit and his band as they present to us this musical evening at the curtain raiser of India Energy Week.
An artist whose music is infectious, happy, and something that's
I know, of course, the mahal at this moment is, as we are dimming the lights, but the applause can certainly be louder as we welcome the artists on the stage, the Raghu Dikshit project. He's someone who brings in a lot of energy into his music. We also, of course, hope the people who have come in from different parts of India, you find Bangalore to be a pleasant change. We've had rains earlier this week, so please do enjoy this evening.
Mahal at this moment is, as we are dimming the lights, but the applause can certainly be louder as we welcome the artists on the stage, the Raghu Dikshit project.
Also, let me take this occasion to tell you, as the artists take a few minutes to set up the stage, that the IndiaEnergyWeek.com, the website, has many details of where you could enroll, what sessions you would like to be a part of, the different speakers, the eminent people who are going to be in this gathering, in this initiative that emerges in February in Bangalore.
Let me take this occasion to tell you, as the artists take a few minutes to set up the stage, that the IndiaEnergyWeek.com, the website, has many details.
Also to remind our guests that dinner has been organized and that's going to be right inside the Bangalore Palace. For those of you who are making probably a first trip to Bangalore or first trip to the palace itself, it is a heritage property. It's something that is a pride of Bangalore. It is meant to model on the Windsor Castle when it was built in the late 19th century. So as the artists get ready to set up their music for us in this curtain raiser event, I also hope that you get to see many more facets of Bangaluru. ಈ ಸಂಗೀತದ ಒಂದು ರಸಸಂಜೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಈಗ ರಘು ದೀಕ್ಷಿತ್ ಅವರ ತಂಡದಿಂದ. Please do enjoy yourselves, and as I mentioned, I would like to remind all our guests about India Energy Week, both the website as well as the handle on social media, to share different vibrant moments from this evening.
To see many more facets of Bangaluru. ಈ ಸಂಗೀತದ ಒಂದು ರಸಸಂಜೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಈಗ ರಘು ದೀಕ್ಷಿತ್ ಅವರ ತಂಡದಿಂದ. Please do enjoy yourselves, and as I mentioned, I would like to remind all our guests about India Energy Week, both the website as well as the handle on social media, to share different vibrant moments from this evening.
The percussion, the string instruments, the guitar, we can see the silhouettes emerge as we watch the big stage from here. For those of you who are new to the Kannada music spectrum, Raghu Dikshit and his band have taken India's music global. Now the tunes are very earthy. They are very much rooted in Indian music. To be specific, Kannada music, the folk music. I myself remember Santa Shishunala Sharifa, music that Raghu has presented often on stage. And I hope even those from outside Bangalore will love this musical presentation lined up specially for you.
They are very much rooted in Indian music. To be specific, Kannada music, the folk music. I myself remember Santa Shishunala Sharifa, music that Raghu has presented often on stage. And I hope even those from outside Bangalore will love this musical presentation lined up specially for you. They are very much rooted in Indian music. To be specific, Kannada music, folk music. I myself remember Santa Shishunala Sharifa, music that Raghu has presented often on stage. And I hope even those from outside Bangalore will love this musical presentation lined up specially for you.
stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. Know that setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. Know that setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. Know that setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. Know that setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. That setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. That setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table. So this evening is totally yours, the way you would like to take it. All of us Thank you. That setting up a stage for a band does take its time. It's also a happy side effect that my voice now has an echo. But I want to tell all of our guests that please do make use of this time for richer conversations. You wish to go across to another table.
way too behind for me to feel you. So if you could make that grace to come forward, that would be really awesome for me. My name is Raghu Dixit, and I'm extremely privileged and proud that my band has chosen to come in together and raise the performance in Crowd Energy Week. A huge honor. I want to come to the front, need some energy from you guys. Way too behind for me to feel you. So if you could make that grace to come forward, that would be really awesome for me. My name is Raghu Dixit, and I'm very happy to be performing this historic crowd. My band is aura of the stars who are working tirelessly day and night. Huge honor. Scientists, engineers, want to come to many technical experts, and also of course the government. Way too behind. We're all working tirelessly to meet the demands of that vast country's energy needs, but at the same time, really awesome. Also, leading the way in many ways in innovation and research, and showing the rest of the world how powerful we are in the energy sector. So just like traditionally what we do in India is to do anything that is also start off the government. Way too behind. We're all working at this tirelessly to earth, air, meet the demands of that water and space energy needs, but at the same time, it works all the five elements through our music today, and send you that energy, and you will send back showing that world double time, so that the energy second time today. Are you all ready? So just like we will energize each other through one evening, and it will remain so anything that is also start off the comedy. Before I would like to start the concert, I would like to meet the fans of my incredible band members. Please give a big round of applause for Naresh Nathan on the bass guitar, and Gautam Hebbar on the flutes. That's Rahul on the percussions. Sanjay Kumar on the guitars. And on the drums is Joe Jacob. I hope you can see him. There is a violinist also whose violin suddenly is not working, so we're going to finish with Gautam taking all the responsibilities on the flute today. So because this was such a momentous occasion even for us as a band to perform for such a prestigious event, we had to play something that represented what India is today in the eyes of the rest of the world. We would like to be seen as the tricolor, which is gloriously fluttering in the air, leading the way for the world to see, and take help from us also eventually, and collaborate with us and make this world a better place. But this is a new song. We've never ever performed this before. We just started to kind of rehearse it today because we suddenly thought of this idea. So this one is called Chala Hai Tiranga. I hope you like this one. Unmute my guitar, please. देखेगी ये ज़मीन, देखेगा आसमां, देखेगा ये जहां एक नई दास्तां, रुक जाएगी धड़कने, थम जाएगा ये समा, चला है तिरंगा छूने आसमां, चला है तिरंगा छूने आसमां, छूने आसमां, चला 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 तिरंगा चला, चला 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 तिरंगा चला। नदी की ओर में बांधे सब एक डोर डोर में, विश्वास को लेके संग संग में जीत के लाखों रंग रंग में, एक बड़ी सी सोच सोच में कुछ नए की खोज खोज में, चला है तिरंगा छूने आसमां, चला है तिरंगा छूने आसमां, छूने आसमां। While the scientists and engineers and the government are all working hard for providing the energy demands and meeting the energy demands, it is also our collective responsibility as citizens of this planet to do our own small little things in our own small little ways to keep our immediate world happy and help the process. This song is called Jug Changa, and the jug will be changa only if we all participate in that process of participating as a contributor for the positivity of this nation and also and this world, because this world deserves to be a beautiful place the way it is. Can you all please give a big round of applause for the flute player, because he was not supposed to play that part, but he stepped in at the moment when he was needed and he played so brilliantly. Fantastic. Down the dum 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 down, take it down the dum 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 down, down the dum 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 down, take it down the dum 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 down, down the dum down the dum 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 down the dum down, down the dum down the dum 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 down the dum down, hey, down the dum 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 down, take it down the dum 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 down, down the dum 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 down, take it down the dum 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 down, down the dum down the dum 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 down the dum down, down the dum down the dum 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 down the dum down, hey, यार के अंदर से निकाले चुटकी में सुअर को बना दे सुना, जोगी भी बनना पाए ऐसी इसकी मार करे, सातों समुंदर तक बिछाए बाजार, जग चंगा जग चंगा जग चंगा नाला गंगा चंगा जग चंगा जग चंगा, अरे चंगा was some crisis management in between. The next song is the song that we supply energy for the rest of the audience, always. And we've traveled about 32 countries and played about 2,000 concerts, and every audience has learned this song. Going off? Yeah. Oh, there are too many technical issues. Check, check. All right. So the lyrics go like this. Listen to it very carefully because I will expect you to repeat after me. Okay? Lokada kalaji martinanti ninge yaar byadantaram madappa chinti. Somebody whistled also. Somebody from Bangaluru, I'm sure. It means don't worry, be happy, but if you want to worry, I don't give a damn. This song was written by an 18th century saint poet named Santa Shishunala Sharifa from Karnataka. He's known as the Kabir of Karnataka, and just like Kabir, he used to write simple worded songs to explain complex philosophies of life, which even the common man on the street would understand. But at the same time, have a lot of fun with the words, because the words are very quirky and funny and humor-filled, metaphors from day-to-day life. We all work so hard to earn money, save a little bit out of it somehow every month to build a palace for ourselves. And once you have the palace, you're the king or queen of the palace. And then once you're the king or queen, you need a partner. So the partner comes and says, dude, take me around Bangalore city for sightseeing. So you buy a white elephant, because only a white elephant can travel here. And you sit on the white elephant buying some groundnuts. Initially, it's the freshest relationship, so you're putting up your best behavior, which is all fake. But you're trying to, but you're trying to like make it up. Full love. But how long can you sustain that while you're trying to see the Bangalore Palace and the Kabban Park and Vidhan Sauda and everything else? The cookie crumbles eventually and your real behavior comes out, and suddenly you realize that the other person doesn't brush his teeth for many days, and the other person, whatever quirks you have, you know, they all come together, and then the arguments start and you fight, and then you start building these walls between, called ego. And you stop talking, and now only the elephant is doing sightseeing. You've stopped doing that because you're worrying all the time about what happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. But how long can you sustain like that? Eventually, you have to learn to break that wall of ego, and this time, genuinely understand the other person and build the bridge of genuine love now. By the time you learn how to live this life, that elephant has reached your palace. And you get down that elephant and go 6 feet down under, 6 feet down under, and become absolutely nothing. So the moral of the song is that while you're alive, don't waste it worrying about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow, but instead, hang on to the truth that is now and live this moment to its fullest, and you'll be the happiest person and completely liberated, nirvana, at this moment. So I would expect you all not to dance, but at least join with your claps. You're all very elegantly dressed, so I'm not expecting you to come in the front. But usually we have these large crowds dancing for us. So if you can, that would be awesome. But will you try learning the song at least now? Okay, let's do this. Even if I hear one voice repeating after me, I will be happy. Let's do this. Lokada kalaji. Hey, ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದಪ್ಪ, ನನಗೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ 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 ಬನ್ನಿ. ಲೋಕದ ಕಾಳಜಿ. Fantastic. Even if you not sing the words correctly, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we all celebrate the fact that we are all alive. We can breathe in this thin air and throw it out in the form of a song and let your hearts vibrate like nothing else can. Singing is the easiest way to be happy. So let's just try that, being happy. Lokada kalaji. Madtinanti ning yar byadantara. Oh, that's fantastic. Ning yar byadantara madappa chinti. That's it. Madappa chinti means go worry. Ning yar byadantara. Who told you not to worry? Go worry. Very simple but beautiful song. Let's do this. And if you feel like dancing, please get up and dance. Nobody's watching. Let's do this. One, two.
ವಿಧಿ ಸೇರಿದಷ್ಟು ಸಾಲದು ಅಂತಿ ಕಥವತರದು ಕರೆಯಾದ್ರೆ ನಡೆವಾಗ ಬದಗದು ಯಾವುದು ಸುಮ್ಮನ ಅಳತಿ ರೊಕ್ಕದ ಕಾಳಜಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಂತಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ಯಾರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡಂತಾರ ಮಾಡಪಚ್ಚಿ ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಪಾದದಳೈತಿ ಅಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಗುಡುಗಿದಿರಿನ್ನಲ್ಲೈತಿ ಶಿಶುನಳ ಭೀಷಣ ದಯೆಯೊಳಗೈತಿ ರಸಿಕನು ಹಾಡಿದ ಕವಿತೆಯೊಳೈತಿ ಲೋಕದ ಕಾಳಜಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಂತಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ಯಾರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡಂತಾರ